pledge love and loyalty to we country salute. Now here we there, here we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to we country salute. Now here we there, now here we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute.
Country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. I guess a carpets, Gaman Keraka, Gaman Koneka, Gaman Keraka, Chamucham, Gaman Honika, Kai Bomb, Gaman Koneka, for the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. And they go and big back. Shem. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me put the chicken in the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them by scripture. They make me put the chicken in the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them by scripture.
I pledge love and loyalty to we country salute. Now here we there, now here we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute.
We let we salute. As in a place like home, I like it, I can talk them, I like it, I can fight them.
Yes. Now, good morning, good afternoon. Any community, any nation, any society, now the product of habits where people let me learn and accept, say, this is what we are and this is how we are going to do things. Yes, I know say the Sierra Leonean, we don't grow in the culture of blaming and complaining. They don't teach us everything for blame or for complain. And I want to make this clear, say, that blame and complain culture, now one of the things that would they hold me back. Life is a process of dynamic changes. Some can be good, some can be bad. But you get to take a path, you get to take a stance. What is good, you can make them better. What is good, you can make them bad. What is good, you can make them not useful anymore. It's a choice we make. The choices here, they come out from we habits. How we don't use for do things, what we don't use for do, now they determine whatever we they do good, bad, or ugly. This is what, of course, religion is trying to tell us, that we have free will. We have the choice to make. Since 1961, Sierra Leone has been on the path of division, blame and complain, hate preaching, etc., etc. If people even they think about what thing for do for solve this problem, we not get time for find out. We only they say, oh, now this don't do this, then for do and so. And all the solutions oh they recommend, they compound the problem further, they solve them. We therefore ask, why is it that we seem for be a people with the spirit of vengeance? Why is it that we seem for be a people with the spirit of blaming others and pretending to be honest when we are all part of what is wrong? We therefore ask, why is it that we they see things they go wrong, but rather than we come and say, oh, this wrong, oh, let we stop for do let we see what we go do for make a right. Instead, we they say, not to me business because they affect we directly. As I can always say, this platform a platform for look at them things here and see what it will offer as a way for me to move away from a lot of things that we are with. You see, one of the first things we'll get for left in Sierra Leone, now the dishonesty of things are normal. There's nothing normal in Sierra Leone. There's nothing normal in Africa. But Sierra Leone is worse. And people will always, well, not a normal, even Europe and America. Yes, it happen at them places here. It happen. Everything what they happen in Africa, they happen in Europe and America. Everything what they happen in Sierra Leone, they happen in Europe and America. But what is the difference? Why is it that our society here, with all the same things what they happen, they're more stable than we? Why is it that in society here, with everything what they happen, the kind they happen to we, then they make progress. We know they make progress. We therefore wake up. You cannot sleep and say, oh, well, this is how it is, let it be. Well, this is how it is, so be it. No, that's not what life requires. For those of you who believe in religion, because some of we people and things say we not believe in religion because we know they associate with sects. We believe in God and other laws of nature. For those of you who believe in religion, why do you think religion say we go into the world and take dominion? What you will now understand by that statement? Does it mean I have to be a bully and an egoist so that I will get the other people they not get? Or does it mean that all of us belonging to the existence what they call mankind, we for work together, find a way for make we take dominion over the elements of creation? When earth, the dirty, air, the breeze, water, the seas, the rivers, etc. And the fourth element is the energy, the creative force. We are the fifth element, mankind. Look at your hands. That's what it tells you. We are the fifth element in the combination, what they call earth existence. Go ye into the world and take dominion means say, if now we turn in here, we all turn for the side, say, now we go make farm. So they use earth, the air they come help we, rain they come, water come help we, the plants they go for self energy from the sun, they help we, then we get what we want. So we have taken dominion. That's what exactly the religious scriptures they mean. But we don't interpret them differently. I have to be a bully so that I'll be in control of all the other people. That mentality of impunity. That's what today starts. It don't print now with DNAs. It don't be natural part of we. We unconsciously they practice them day in, day out. Even when we wrong, we feel say that a weakness for say I'm sorry because of impunity. Who they call her ego, not of ego. Now the impunity culture in we. I make you feel say we superior. That mentality of superiority, not sweat man can go to you. Part of we culture, a part of we background. As a matter of fact, all we languages then get words for that. And the broader horizon of the Malinke, West Africa, that show off mentality, then they call Kamalimba. When the team the man say Kamalimba. Kamalimba. Pride. We do nothing but get pride inside we. Where did this come from? How did it become consolidated in our society? How it affect with politics, especially in Sierra Leone? Why is it that the two political parties wait for work for create unity, wait for work for consolidate the country in gains? They're always there at loggerheads. Why is it that the educated class, they always preach to the unsuspecting masses things that will make them be divided and hate each other? This is what I want to talk about today and what I'm going to talk about today. And I want Sierra Leoneans to pay attention. I have always said here on this platform that change is not a material process. Change is a spiritual and a psychological process. If we want change, we therefore begin inside here. If we want change, we therefore begin inside here. These two that they make up with spiritual man, that they make up with psychological infrastructure or with psychological skeleton. if I want to use a biological term. If we want to change, each of we for take time for investigate, research, and learn the root cause of all this division. Why is it that the Mende man and the Timni man, they're always there at loggerheads, but when you look at them, they get a lot in common. Then DNA get the common Malinke roots. Then languages get a lot of words, them when are the same, with the same meaning. The culture not the same, because the way that they cook cassava leaf, not the same. The variance they in certain ingredients within they add. Whether they put cacao, whether they put okra, whether they put beans, whether they put granite, these are variances depending on the area whether they cook the cassava. The same red pamine now they use all over. The same rice now they eat all over. Building the same way, that's how they construct houses with variances, yes, of course. The village construction is different from the town construction. With dresses, not the same. With music, not the same tune. When you look at we traditional institutions, you see the same philosophy, the same concept done in various forms across the country. Sierra Leone does not have two cultures, it's one culture. All the languages whether they talk in Sierra Leone, minus those with foreign background where you consider Lebanese or Arab or English. The rest of them, they use words we get most of the roots from Fulani Malinke origin, mixed with some having Yoruba, Igbo, Fanti, Ashanti, what they call Creole, etc. Most of we don't even know so they use Lingala in Sierra Leone. Most of we don't know. How about Congo, sir? Now Lingala what? Congo, sir? It's a Lingala word. And the meaning in Lingala, now the same meaning we attached to them. You see, we left what we needed to do because we want quick benefits. But outside the culture of quick benefits come out. Outside the attitudes, what they show today in we political culture come out. Why is the APC and the SLPP self-sabotaging and destructive? I know some of you will get annoyed for me saying this. I don't care. Sierra Leone is above all of us. In two institutions here, then get the chance for make a legacy where generations yet unborn go talk about. The America who all they run for gold. Now people them within the political parties, now them build up sustainable structures where now make the country go before. The England who all they run for gold. Now people them within the political parties, now they make the structures where the economy is sustainable. Now I'm in Norway. a very peaceful, open, and safe society. I can sleep at night, leave my doors and windows open. Nobody is coming to attack me. I can walk alone at any time of the night. I don't expect anybody to mug me or attack me. This did not happen by magic. It was done by the people. And the people who belong to different political opinions, who put their country ahead of their selfish needs. Norway started mining petroleum or oil in 1969. By 1980s, the overflow of money be one for cause trouble in the country. As a matter of fact, inflation and other things went berserk. And the people them then sit down, they accept, where are we headed for? All the political parties, there are 24 political parties registered in Norway. They came together and said, we cannot allow this to continue. We've seen it happen in Denmark. The Dutch disease, where they may get oil and misuse the money, all thing done, it caused other problems. So let's find a solution. They sat down. All of the political parties sat down. They're not going to make smart because we want to do stupid things. They talk about being smart. When you hear the Sierra Leonean talking about being smart, no say that's some stupid shortcut method you want to it for personal gain. They don't play smart. I say, let us make this thing so that generations yet unborn will benefit. They decided that they should establish a sovereign fund where all the money will come from the oil and they put them at the fund. They invest them globally. The profits where they come, then they reinvest them. The interest way they make, now 4% of, and then they put in the national economy. They launched this fund in 1990. Today is the largest sovereign fund on earth. Now we get more money as an institution than any country in the world. And they make sure, see, that money, nobody know they tamper with and say, now God don't help me. I for can misuse this money. Like, you don't dare do it. You don't dare. God will make you a lucky you come be mortal man. You better than suffer. You know they exist now. That God did exist in Sierra Leone. The people are as they think, and we become as we think. Whatever is wrong in Sierra Leone today, we deserve what we get down there. It's hard to say, but we deserve what we get down there. And those of you up there who think you're going to be there forever, doing what you're doing, abusing and misusing the country, the wheels are going to turn at some point. That's why they say in politics, the saying is here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, in the high seat, with all the gravitas around it. And when you have it, remember, on your way up, don't step on the people, because on your way down, there'll be nobody to step on. That's the way it is. But let us not deviate too much. Let us look at the origins of all volunteer. We now don't take make culture today, because I know say 95% of Sierra Leoneans either don't know the root causes of their problems, or they don't have time, they don't care to find out. They don't care because they would always look for the easiest alternative. Shortcuts, quick fix. The first thing we get to understand is, if I am passing here, I should understand there are children who will pass through me. They would have children who will pass through them. It doesn't necessarily mean, say, I get for go thief and lie and congosa and bamboo or do whatever to get money for left for me picking them. But it is incumbent that I take part in activities. We go build sustainable systems and institutions so that generations yet unborn go benefit from what we don't build. To do that, involve a lot of self-discipline. And that self-discipline has to be guided by established and agreed, not what they do by force. Una they sit down, una agree, say, that this will for do, that this will not for do. This thing about law. Now we stop for talk about law a bit. I say, the overemphasis on law. That's what the law say. That's what the law this. They tell me two things. We are mentally colonized to be yes men, servants. Secondly, those who think they are masters, then they use that for maintain their impunity. Where there is democratic thinking, democracy is not a political process, it's a social system. Where there is democratic thinking, where everybody understands what they need to understand with regards to their role, their responsibilities towards society. Then the law, then they comply with them. They know they enforce the law. In Norway, the law is mostly complied with, not enforced. I want to get the difference. Enforcement, now when police they can beat you, soldier can beat you, this come make judgment, then jail you. That's enforcement. But where people get trust in their systems, then they maintain certain ethical standards so much that they no need for know the law. They only know, say, if I do this, it offend the next man, law not do am. If I do this, it offend society, law not do am. Nobody know they tell you. It's built in you that I should not do this because it's going to offend somebody or offend the society. Like, for example, driving here, they not get law we say no for blow on. But most people find it offending when you blow on ping. So I have lived in this country for over 20 years. I don't think so. I don't hear motoka horn. I not say say horn that horn by car. I not think say I don't hear am reach 60 because they don't blow horns here. They don't. If anybody gets something for celebrate, we need for blow horn. It make unknown to the people them a day or two say I will be doing this so nobody feels offended. That's what ethical standards is. As I'm seated here, I get all the things that I have to play loud music. But I have to respect the the family, then privacy. This is the basement. The family is upstairs. I have to respect that. The neighbors, I get to respect them privacy. This is what ethical standard is. Not to pass police cam for can't tell me say dull you music. These are the basic things we don't have in our mentality. We make we country they go down. If Sierra Leone is to rise, we have to move away from the blame and complain mentality. Let we go into the research and inquiry mentality. Now begin ask, why is it that we selfish? Why is it that we not able to work with each other? Why is it that we lack for play smart? Why is it that we lack for misuse people them? We want for work straight with me. The answers are there. They are in our history. What do they call with salon culture? Not we come out far. From around the 14th, 15th century, the people that have been they migrate come inside the forest region. Some come out Senegambia, some come out inside West Africa. Later days, some other and then come. All them people here come for two reasons. One set mean they run from oppression for fence safety. They no say we can inside the thick forest, go easy. They want because not so Europeans start slave trade. Slave trade started well before Europeans came around the 10th, 11th century. So people were running from these Arab slave traders into the forested region. When they come, they establish specific communities, small communities, and then bring along with them the cultures where they be don't sabi. Just like today, when you go London, you dey meet one area where salon people learn boku. That culture will get na salon now bring candy. Good morning, will make noise, cause. Yes. Any salon people learn they 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who noisy. So wherever people go, they go with their culture. When the Chinese then come with their culture. The Indian come, then with their culture. Lebanese come, that's so. When people migrate, as long as they go in large numbers, they're able to live together in that number, then they still maintain the culture from side and come out. So the people that will come from the 10th century up to the 18th century, each of them were coming from the same area or the same culture or similar culture we spread across the Sahel, we're not the Malinke culture, the Fulani culture, then come into the forested region. When they came into the forested region, what we still not get clear it, we still not room for research, is whether they met people there. If they met people there, are these people still there? Because people and they claim say the Limba that enforced been there in a salon. Yes, they may have been the first to migrate deep down into the forest. But the Limba, the origin of Futajalon. And there are Limbas in Guinea. I lived in Guinea for 5 years. I met some of them. They live in that Furekaria Farana area. And then at the foothills of the Futajalon Plateau. Kono, then they Guinea. To Salono model day. And they are around Masanta and the area there. And of course, the people within that Masanta area, most of them, where they claim for being Madingos, they are part of the Kono group. They were brought from Central West Africa by one of the generals of Sundiata Keita. Sundiata Keita, now the Maui started Mali Empire. When he started, he was not more of a physical man, he been half crippled. But he been get other people they would be a supporter. One of him in generals, Kiramakan Traore. He crowds people towards the west. He reached the forested region. He left some people there. He go north towards Senegambia. Those people within that region, then say then they wait for the leader. Those are the people calling themselves Kono, Makono. Makono in Madingo means waiting. But then get other names. You can call them Konyaka, you can call them whatever. But they are basically Madingo people. Samori Ture is part of that group. The first leader who been challenged the Europeans. Samori had his empire, the Wasulu Empire, that forested region, take Ankono. Samori Ture was coming to Sierra Leone to do business. He they can't freedom for can do business. Why he been the travel come, he been get good relationship with the people in that northern belt. He was the one who established the town we call Karine today. Samori Ture. I'm a Karine again, Madingo there. These are things we need to know. These are things we need to find out because it's the only way we can achieve peace in Sierra Leone, not this mumbo jumbo nadepa. They lie on ourselves. All man they talk egoistic things the way they're not savvy. They can't talk English book where you don't know that you be. We need to wake up in Sierra Leone and find out the root cause of all this nonsense where they gone. When Reverend Etheldred Nathaniel Jones, who changed his name to Lamina Sanko, when he went up country, he been telling Crew Ambulance, now go join them people up country for one for participate in politics because them boku pass away. Most of the people say we're not going to join them people upline. They had very good reasons. But so pride though, they had very good reasons. We'll come to that reason later. And say, if snake bet you, we see what wrong, you go wrong. So when Ethelred Nathaniel Jones said, no, go join the people, the majority of the people then say, no, go join them people. So he went up country, he made good friends with Almami Rashim of Binti, he made good friends with the other chiefs of the north. He went to the south, he made good friends with the chiefs. Then, basically, he was the man who was the brain behind the formation of the political movement, which resulted in a political party called the Sierra Leone People's Party. Before they reached that level, he had what he called the Sierra Leone Party. Then bring the Kono, then bring the both school graduates, then bring the northern people, etc. Then form this party. But the most important thing now is Nathaniel Etheldred Jones. He said from today they changed my name to Lamina Sanko. And because he had done some research into the anthropology of Sierra Leone, he said, no, give him to one country, one people. Meaning we all are one. We all work as one. He had a vision like Martin Luther King. He had a dream. But the culture of self-sabotage, the culture of dishonesty, The culture of egoism, where the Madingo man they call Kamarimba, give it chance. What did we do? We sabotage her. By 1958, the SLPP became its own enemy. They started infighting because then they can say, oh, Yahoo, then some people better pass the other one. We achieve them, they are now the subject to them, we're not for equal. Western democracy, you get powermanship, you not the subject. If we want to be democrats, as the Western democracy say, we're not the chief, we're not the subject, all my equal. Because of that, we need mutual respect and trust. Because they could not come together and put aside a culture of impunity to make them build something. A set of people left. And those set of people were basically those who consider themselves as highly educated than the others because they think they are lawyers. They are more educated than others. They're not even know say Yambasoko self can be lawyer because power society get lawyer. Yes, the power society has lawyer. The power society is an institution. We molest institutions and I make we not know their value. Then get lawyer, then get doctor, then get all thing. Then get judge, then get magistrate, then get school, everything. They left. Then form one group, they not succeed, that group they break. The few will be there amongst the way not to lawyer, we don't say they're not sabi better. They join other set of people then. They started working together. By 1960, 62, then formed a party called the All People's Congress. The All People's Congress, an offshoot basically of the SLPP, became the main contending political force in Sierra Leone. Becoming what we call the opponents, they are not opponents. That mentality of opponent, now one of the things that will make we country they go before. How can you and your brother, you and your sister be opponents? When I know the weight of the word opponent, when I know the weight of the word opponent, you see, most of you will say, oh, I'm religious. You go to the mosque to pray, you go to the church to pray, but you don't know the weight of your words and your thoughts. What you think, what you manifest through words is what you become. If you keep telling the next man, I hate you, you end up hating him because that's the power of the word. It's in the Quran, it's in the Bible. The Quran tells me, say, when Angel Gabriel appeared to Muhammad, he tell us, say, read. Read, power of the word. The Bible tells we, say, in the beginning there was the word and it was with God. The power of the word. What did they tell you? The intellect. The intellect is enough. So we are party and part of God. I make them say we are made in the image and likeness of God. And we are given a free will, the free will of choice. If you sit down and lucky, they think of how lucky they be. If you sit down, you think of good, they come to you. It's not the juju and the magic will not sabi. Get up in the morning, tell yourself, say, I am well, I am happy. Believe that you are rich, even if you not get 1 cent in your bank. That feeling, it communicates with the universal spirit. Good things they begin happen to you. But if every day, any other of this life, say, the next thing you they begin to all things them for destroy the life. Psychologists they get names for them processes here. When you subject people to too long hopelessness, then they give up. When you subject people to happiness, then they get boosted up. And they able to do a lot of positive things, things that work well for everybody. These are the things we don't investigate in Sierra Leone. Now the riper we say we sabi book. Yes, sabi book we are not to narrate about Pedro da Sintra, as I call him. This idiot will be the drink of Malay killing family in Europe. Napoleon Bonaparte, etc. You sabi book for make you understand, say, I have a power in me that I can use for good or for evil. Let me make a choice because I'm here living on this earth for do something. We will leave a legacy for others to make them prosper after me. That kind of mentality now with loss. That kind of mentality I make will not do good. Will they do evil? Will they do all the things them for hold me back? And because will they get certain benefits from doing all them things, then we feel it's a blessing. It's not a blessing, it's a curse. The course of reactions. Some of it are rational. With people we don't do it. That course don't be part of with DNA. We don't become so selfish and short-sighted that we did perfect now. Now it don't be a political culture. I make every day with a campus and fet. Open social media. Now it don't become so routine that nowadays I don't make a point of duty. Anything connected with social media, I don't look at it before 1 p.m. because I want my morning hours for go cool, calm, calculated, last sort out my mental processes, think about what if for do when are good things. I don't want to be influenced by cause and effect. Because as you open WhatsApp, you open Facebook, you open anything from Sierra Leone that you read is there. Cause everybody knows everything, but nobody has a solution. The solution is we are all suffering from anthropological dementia. That word does not exist, but I'm creating it today. Anthropological dementia. What in religion say the sins of the parents shall visit. How did we get here? When Europeans begin travel or discover or whatever you may call it, new lands, most of them came to Sierra Leone. By then, Sierra Leone not be they exist as Sierra Leone. But Freetown being the only natural harbor in the southern hemisphere of the Atlantic region, Freetown being the only natural harbor in Africa, they attract a lot of visits from them. And they go by sea to go discover other places. From the days of the Lebanese Libyan, what they call Hanu from Carthage, we can discover Freetown because Hanu, the Carthaginian, was the first to discover Freetown. Pedro da Cintra came later, but because he didn't get royal backing, so it became global news, it was recorded, etc., etc. So Hanu was the first man to come before centuries before Pedro da Cintra. At the time when the Vikings they take them boat, they cross the Atlantic for go see down America. They got Vikings, they made America. They made New York, they made other East Coast areas like the North. They were living there with the Indians. They had no problem with them. From the time of Pedro da Cintra now, you get the other one then like Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus came to Freetown. But that's not recorded in our normal list. He's there. The records are there. He came to Freetown. 1, 2, 3 trips away when they go to the Caribbean. He came to Freetown to get water, to get fruits and other things because Freetown was a safe place. When they attack, he would tear off, and then they come keep the sailboat not well. Christopher Columbus came to Freetown several times. He went to Cape Verde. As a matter of fact, it was Columbus who first came to Cape Verde and identified, say, this is a place that can be used. Then he came to Las Palmas. Of course, Las Palmas have been the most popular trip fact because he had a shutter. So he came to Freetown. Amerigo Vespucci came to Freetown. Vasco da Gama came to Freetown. I call this other man we go around the African continent, Indian, Francis Drake came to Freetown. Several other people came with an record. Freetown was a known place long ago for trading. Long ago, sometime around the 14th, 15th century, Freetown became a cosmopolitan place. People from inland, as far as the Timbuktu, they may come Freetown for can do business. Yes. I make Freetown get various communities. You get Madigo, you get Fula, you get Limba, you get Loko, you get Mende, you get Scottish Shabulos were there along the Bulom, Kafu Bulom, Lungi, and Ashabro area, beyond Freetown, Kent, then Tumbo, then place, then the all Mashabro, then we did it. I make even in the western areas they call Shabro Tom. Freetown had always been a cosmopolitan trading point. This ability for pass through Sierra Leone is we know until today for can trade in a Freetown and for move back with the goods inland. Now they all the trouble of Sierra Leone begin. Then get them thugs, they would be take for block road, you make road blocks for pay taxes, for this, for that. Dishonesty, disbelief, and other things come inside. Then later, around the 15th, 16th century, some rogue Europeans then come and people convince the people in the coastal area. And these people, as if can stop being seriously begin. It's not a political thing, it's things human. How you left for the Apc in a Third mentality again, I make 30 day with the cause and effect to the misbehave. If we know the hit of we present behavior them, then we forever sit down and say, okay, now we don't this is modern time. And we try to avoid some of those things and build new kind of culture. And this is what I want to do here. Talking to people, telling them about these things. I'm not here to insult or annoy anyone. If you feel annoyed, so be it. I don't care. For solve a problem, therefore take the bull by the horn. Therefore say the hard fact. This tweet, the intent for great malice, but the intent for make you know say, this is wrong, I should stop doing it. From trade wars, we graduated into collaborating with foreigners for catch we young people them inland and in other parts where not to region, we sell them into slavery. For those within our regions, we will lie on some because they are poor, or if somebody owe debt, able to pay, then they take her and go sell him beginning into slavery. That inhumane breed went in our society. It created grudges. And grudge then deep in with present behavior. We may not know because it's in our DNA, so it comes out unconsciously. We can heal it, but for we for heal them, we for know. And for no say, this man, what did they do so? Now, because of things what will happen in the past, like grudge. So let me find a way, let me sit down, let we talk about it, let we find solutions to it. But if we say, whether man kill your family for killing your family, we will continue doing it until thy kingdom come. And at the end of the day, strangers will they come and then they prosper. That's what we see in Sierra Leone now. That's what we see. That's what we have in Sierra Leone now. It's not a long story, even though I don't take all this time for describe what's in for describe. It's not a long story. It's a story of a past that is laced with dishonesty, with self-sabotage, with ego. A past that is laced with our inability to be brave enough to say I am wrong. The Sierra Leonean thing say, when you say I am wrong, you are a weak man. No, that's bravery. Honesty is bravery. Honesty is bravery. When you're honest, it means you they tell you says I get the ability to get what you want and not need for follow any pathway go put me integrity at risk. And in this modern time, the sky is the limit to make way. Except if you don't want to use your brain. And using your brain does not mean you have to associate with a drug dealer or go and buy chemicals to manufacture drugs and kill your own people. There are lots and lots of things you can think about and we will sell and make millions. Beginning in this country in the 20s, they are making millions using their brain. They're not thief, they're not lie, they're not kumbusa. Do we think we don't have that capacity? We do. But because we are not thinking in that way, then it doesn't work that way because we are as we think and we become as we think. Things are policy, don't sleep. Then we take cargo, hey, pa, got me, I put money, he make kuku, currency. Now your family, they above you. And some of them will even tell you your mother is your witch. Don't even maybe get you now, better and not kill you. That way, don't born you, don't be big man, I can reach you. Okay, stupidly believe the nonsense then. Because we have decided to be mentally lazy. And mental laziness are the first thing we each and every one for we for work on. Secondly, look at your potentials, understand yourself, know thyself. As one of them Christians say, not so know thyself. You know what that mean? You know what I mean? Say for make proud by compliment. If your ability now for beat butter, learn for beat am so you go make money, pana. If your ability now for talk, learn for talk so you go make money, pana. If your ability now for take dirty, you make block, you make her into brick, where you go spoil and make money, do it. Whatever is your talent, that is yourself. Build it up. Know thyself. There is dignity in everything that you know to do. There is dignity. Build the dignity by competing with yourself. That's another thing that Sierra Leoneans need to learn. Stop competing with each other. Compete with yourself. Like once you don't know how they talk so after the show, okay, so I listen to what I don't talk, I say, well, no, nonsense you've been talking. And it corrects myself. I improve on that. That's self-competition. That's the path to progress. Not so when you see that man don't buy motor car, you want buy people sell drugs, you buy motor car. You sell for sell drugs because you don't compete for buy motor car. If that man go billions, we worth almost $1 million. You sell for sell drugs for billions because one compete with them. Is that the party you go? You know, most people and they with that man they work with them. So then I own talent that for do lucky. If you go join them, we're not a talent, then you cannot perfect it. In this life, what you don't love, don't do it. Not even for the money, don't do it. Do what you love. Do what in the movie spirit. Then you'll be perfect. Because now the natural person in you, now you instigate. We have a lot to learn in Sierra Leone. We have a lot to change in Sierra Leone. But we can only do that if individually we are prepared to go into this computer, this biological computer that we call our mind, and find out all the programs the whole gets. We're not necessary anymore. We delete them. We come with new programs. Those programs that are with us, that are still necessary but not working the way we want them, then we upgrade them into a new version. That is what modernization is about. Modernization is improving on your culture, not going to take some other culture that you don't understand. The Asians are improving on their culture. That's why they're making fast progress. South Africans are improving on their culture. That's why they have more stability. East Africans are following back. You see great strides in East Africa. North Africa, of course, their own culture is sacrosanct and all them they do now for improve on them. In West Africa, you want for be Pumui, you want to be Poto, you want to be Merkin, you want to be everything but yourself. This is our crisis. This is our crisis. Because we want to be somebody else. We want to live the standards the way we can live them standards and they, but it takes going back to your culture adjusting to that culture and improving the culture to live on that standard. But instead, we dey forget about culture, we take it all easy for we, will be a very expensive. Then greed, corruption, impunity, etc. take over. When you bring that into politics, we dey tell yourself, hey, Lama, they talk different language from you, na your enemy. They'll call them tribalism. Lama, they talk different language from you. What? Listen to how they talk. Most of what they talk, not the same thing they talk. Like today, I've been to tell some people that say, that word Naya, Naya, that's also what, but the Creole and they use Kam Naya, Naya, here, I mean. You got all the languages then, they get a mixture of all the other languages. So how and why do we preach tribalism in Sierra Leone? Is that not idiocy and stupidity? Una the commander now, now the acts. What idiocy and stupidity una the plan to assist for the preach all the nonsense there. This party now we get on with them and this party now we get on with them chimney. I got a ability to be eradicated from you people. Honestly, Sierra Leoneans have to wake up. Wait for wake up. I will show now a small slide we are prepare. Meanwhile, anybody who want for call, feel free for call. This slide virtually the showy the background to all the divisions that will get to the Sierra Leone. I make a title now. The legacy of war trades and slave trade in Sierra Leone. Historical impacts on the social psychology and political culture. Now, here I say the legacy of the trade wars and the collaboration in the transatlantic slave trade in Sierra Leone extends beyond history. It shapes psychology, society, and the politics. Because of, sorry, I think I would have been lost me. This part tell me the background to what's in the society be today. The better part of waiting Reverend Nathaniel Eldred Jones, the use is in philosophy and platform for begin instigate collaboration. Now because of this, it been come to find out say there have been too many grudges built during them trade wars for control the trade routes then where people then they come for trade in the coastal area. Later on, the same people then begin collaborate with Europeans like John Hawkins and other Portuguese then for go catch them family and can sell into slavery. The grudge built up, the mistrust built up. But looking at all the people, we all get a common DNA and cultural background. That make it be say one country, one people. Today, the one country, one people, and not even know I come out of what you mean. This is the reason we have a common enemy. We have no business to cause and fight each other. Let me just expand this. Here, we are looking at the historical side. Power in those days, because of the trade wars, been based on control, trade control, and supplying of slaves. This makes a lot of thugs arise in politics. They became warlords. Gona the Allah, Sanko. Sanko are the only warlord who belong to. Belong to them, Boku. Some of them they praise them in history, but they were warlords. And what's in that true? It makes the social psychology of people them tuned to fear, self-preservation. That fear and self-preservation tactics we can inside now lead to a lot of what in the vision of dishonesty, mistrust, homicide, online kinds in the world they do wrong, but they do them out of fear and self-preservation. Even the act of blaming and complaining are out of fear and self-preservation. People and they blame because they want not to me, not dandy. The fear that if you say now you will face severe punishments of being sold into slavery or some other kind of thing. And they make people and they deny. And that denial culture, I don't lead we to blaming. We don't take responsibility. It's a fact that Sierra Leoneans need to face. We don't take responsibility because we fear if we take responsibility, we will suffer severe consequences. It's good to take responsibility. If you take responsibility, then if you commit a crime, then you go to a court of law. They ask you guilty or not guilty, say I'm guilty. The judge, they ask you and why you do them. They give you time for explain. If you see say malice not involved, if not accidental something, if not something that they may be not a serious crime, then we'll tell you that you go to community service. After that, you record clear. If not serious thing, we may be there for sentence you to death. If the judge say you not do it with malice and accidental something, he will give short a life prison term. Say, okay, go life imprisonment. If you behave well, with time, we go free you. Yes, it happened. Maybe we think it will not happen in Africa. Maybe. Because Africa is a different show. But it happened. A lot of things in there what we need to learn about why we reach this point. One of them is when the people that may run inside the forest, they may live in small communities. So they had what you would call communal tradition. Small, yeah, we get Madingo belief, but who don't come there now, we know more day. Let we modify for suit the environment. They built those communal traditions. When other people then come, the warlords and the bullies, then can catch them people and sell them into slavery, then betray the people and trust. They militarize and undermine that collective belief that we can work together. You see how they say contemporary, fragile trust, ethnic mistrust, politicized chieftain. All of those things are present in today. Then we look at with social psychology. Look at the Sierra Leonean, what do you see? He's suspicious of the next man, he's cynical about the next man, and not care about the good side of power and misuse and abuse of power. I care. This is the product of we historical background, where we need to find out and make peace with. If we can find out and make peace with some of these things, then we'll be able to move forward as a nation. If we cannot, well, so be it. Because mankind is a thinking energy. We are and we become as we think. If anybody not make a call, I think I will cut and short today. I just put a telephone number for those who don't know about it. Feel free to make a call or get a conversation. If not to that, in the next 5 minutes, I think I'll.
Sierra Leone, our mothers cry, blood and diamonds in the soul dry, wounds unhealed, pain runs deep, time to rise, no time to wait. From the ashes of glory rise, stars of the past in our children's eyes, brothers. We know hands together, hearts as one, mend the fabric that's undone. Heal the pain, wash the blood from the diamond stain. Lift the veil, break the chains, unite the tribes, let love reign. Years of promises sold, grievance buried in stories untold, bridge broken, we need truth, no place to hide. Justice calls here. Yes, we rise without fear. Past divide one people, one heal the pain, wash the blood from the diamond stain. Lift the veil, break the chains, unite the tribes, let love reign. Justice calls, can you hear? Yes, we right. That's what it's about. Past divides, heal the pain, wash the blood from the diamond stain. Lift the veil, break the chains, unite the tribes, let love reign. Sierra on the only who's crying. Blood and days gone by. Nothing stands broken no more. Building the future for sure, for
For
sure.
sure.
Comes over night
Comes with
sweat.
night sweat.
Cheryl's
Cheryl's
late.
late.
Our mothers
Our
cry.
mother's cry.
Bloody
Yeah,
diamonds.
diamond.
Days gone
Days
by.
patrician.
United
And
we
now we
stand.
stand.
Broken no
Broken
more.
no.
Building the
Building the
future from
future.
shore to shore.
Sure.
People, thank you for listening to the short monologue today. And I hope people will take some good things from this, because the purpose of this platform for help for build and heal Sierra Leone. Yes, I go force the politicians. They want them vexed, they want them gladdy. I don't care. I don't need them. I'm not going to go big to them. Maybe they need, if they need me, I'll do it as a service for Sierra Leone, not for them. But some of we were aware, say, twice passing here, we for do within left a legacy. Those people that we call our prophets in religion, they did these things. If they didn't, then we wouldn't have been respecting them today. I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I'm only saying I am aware that I have to leave a legacy. And that legacy may at times be saying the difficult truth. I know a lot of people wouldn't like to hear it. A lot of people will interpret it as waste of time. But for those who take it as something, sieve through it, take the chaff out of the rest, and use the rest. Sierra Leone needs it. All of us need it. And for those of you who are here listening, Ona thank you, Momono. They say in Sosowonge Sege. Thank you. Legend by Sam Fode Kamara Alkuyate or Alkuya. Thank you. And for those of you who are here for the first time, if you think this monologue is relevant and what I'm saying here is relevant, subscribe to the channel, share them, and all of you please like the platform so that we go keep listening going. Let go on the algorithms so that more people go see them, more people go benefit from them. Thank you. And with that I say, we go see on Monday. We go talk more on Monday. We will continue for those who get for do. We'll make we country come up on this trap way day. Every day it gets worse because people then just don't lost their psychological balance. Whether they go take chemical for cancel drugs, whether they allow them pass drugs, it's all part of the madness. It's madness. People think they're not making money. We've seen people who have been in this drug trade before. They don't make billions of dollars. El Chapo and others, where are they today? Where are they? It's the money they made. Who is benefiting from that money? What is the legacy that they have left for their generations yet unborn? Una thank you. We go meet on Monday. Una get a nice evening, nice afternoon, wherever una day. And for those in the East, maybe in Australia or China, una get a good day because it's early morning at your end. Thank you and good night.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. At this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We there, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. And this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. And this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We salute.
For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, no man keraka. Come on, Konica, come on, Keraka. Jamucham, Mama Monica. Kai Bom, Yaman Konica. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Then come and shake. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me put the king in the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them by scripture. They make me put the king in the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And we hope to forgive them by scripture.
Pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute.
We salute. I say no place like home. I like it talk and talk them, I like it talk and fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask